The qualities that I admire most about the Hudson Institute is the ability to give the big picture. So often here in Washington, we fall into the trap of minutiae and details. The Hudson Institute is able to present an issue in the context of everything else that's going on in the world.
1946 is by far the worst year of the post-war era with the retraction in the economy.
Our work is designed to shape the future policy direction of the country, to move things in the right direction, to understand that the world is a very dynamic place. You have to have the right kind of insight to look at the things that are going to matter tomorrow that don't matter today.
So the past few years, you've seen the Panama paper leaks, you've seen WikiLeaks.
Public policy in a country as big and diverse as ours is complex. At one moment, we may be focusing on the threat that Russia poses to American interest, and at the next moment, we may be focused on banking regulation. Hudson Institute consistently brings a high and excellent level of scholarship to focus in on the key issues.
People like me in the Senate and outside approach what Hudson does with a sense of trust and counsel that senators ought to receive.
People in Washington know if you come to Hudson, you're going to get serious, fact-based analysis of critical policy challenges, whether it be in economics, civil society. But most of our work is in national security and international affairs, so we're taking a very close look, obviously, at U.S. relations with the Middle East.
That's the only way you actually understand how radicalization and patterns of radicalization are evolving.
As globalization deepens, as information technology accelerates the pace of economic change, Hudson Institute brings clear and fresh-eyed thinking to the challenges of the 21st century, as opposed to looking backwards to the policies that may have worked in the 20th century but simply aren't suited for today's world.
And that's one of the concerns, is what's happening to these people.
It's also known as an institute that can work across the aisles on particularly so many issues.
We have the ability to get our work into the hands of policymakers here in Washington and around the globe. Policy demands of an increasingly unstable world with threats flaring across the globe mean that there's unfortunately more demand for the kind of insightful, unconventional policy work that we do.
Innovation's in our DNA. It's the way in which human beings function.
There is a Hudson point of view, which is for strong American leadership in the world to protect our security, freedom, and prosperity.
While Hudson Institute certainly brings a certain philosophical perspective to questions that we face in the Congress, you can always count on them to be objective and fair and reasonable in that perspective as well.
It measures the sources and the amounts of philanthropic flows.
I just don't think you can overstate the importance of any organization like this in the world that we're living in today, where there's so much misinformation.
Welcome to the Betsy and Wally Stern Policy Center here at Hudson Institute.
It's not that there's not enough information, it's that there's not enough correct information. And that's where the Hudson Institute plays a unique role.
We're facing increasing crises of a global scale now, more and more every day, and it's at this time that the kind of hard-hitting policy work and workable solutions that we do is needed more and more every day.